everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. I am Suman Agarwal. Welcome to this Spotlight series with me, and I'm really excited to host one more image consultant and soft skills trainer from ICBI. My guest for today is Lavleen Kaur from Gurgaon, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation because she has a lot to share and I have a lot to ask. So let's see if Lavleen is already here, and if she's here, I would just add her in this conversation and we'll get started. Hello, Lavleen. How are you?
Hi, ma'am. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
How are things and how have you been doing so far?
Very well, ma'am. Thriving, doing
Wonderful.
good personally and professionally both.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, Lavleen, you started off your career as a biotech engineer
Yes, ma'am.
and then moved into IT sales,
Right.
right? So, what made you realize that your true calling is not there and somewhere else? What was the first thing that made you
Okay.
feel that?
Thank you for the question, ma'am. So I get this asked quite often that why such major shift in the field. So
Hmm.
I started off as a biotech engineer because I opted for PCME during my 11th and 12th, and I was one of those hardcore studious students. So this was the ideal option for me to go to. So yeah, I did my biotech engineering and I completed my B.Tech. Post that, I realized that if I have to pursue something really good in the field of biotechnology, then maybe I'll have to move out of India, which was never my comfort zone. And that's the reason after working for almost 1 year in the same field, I switched gears and I opted for IT sales and business development. And I am happy to say that I have 5.5 years of experience, corporate experience when it comes to IT sales and BD. And I left my job pre-COVID because of some personal health reasons. And then the COVID came, and then the story goes long post-COVID.
So tell me at what moment during or after COVID you realized that you want to start something of your own?
Ma'am, it was exactly right somewhere around the second wave of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was haywire, everything was so uncertain during that times. One thing I was sure about is after having my child, I did not want to go back to the corporate life
Yeah,
because for me, family always was my priority, and especially you would relate to it how motherhood feels. So
absolutely.
I wanted my daughter to be my priority, and she was pretty small that time. So that's the reason I thought that now, from that point of time, whatever I'm going to do, I will be opting for something which I can call my own, and I'll start my own venture. And that's how I eventually came across image consulting and soft skills.
And how did you find image consulting and soft skills? What
So
kind of research did you get into?
yeah, that's another interesting story. So, right from my teenage, I have been someone who is very particular about how I show up, how I dress up, how I communicate, how I talk, everything.
Hmm.
And I thought, why not convert such passion into profession? And also, I have always been the unpaid stylist for my family and friends, even till date. So many, all my family members, in fact, and so many friends still ask me, "Ye acha lagega, wo acha lagega." Lavleen, tell me, how is it going to work? So I still do that. And that's the time I realized that why not work on those grounds and turn it into an actual profession, which I would look up to every day I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how, and certainly I did not want to do anything regarding fashion designing or textile designing. So I started my research, lots of Googling. And in fact, to be very honest, that's the time when I got to know that there is something called as image consulting. I was not aware of such a term. And it instantly clicked. And of course, to my surprise, when I started working on the institute, so ICBI was right at the top. So that's how I connected with ICBI and Sushma ma'am, and then everything else followed.
Amazing. Lovely. At certain point, I am sure a lot of professionals or corporate professionals also uh, think twice or even hesitate before
Right,
leaving the
ma'am.
corporate job, because that's like their safe zone, a
Correct.
comfort zone, a safe zone. So, at any point in time, did you have any kind of hesitation or any kind of a doubt, or you felt that, oh, I mean, if I do this, it would be something which would be like taking a very big risk in life? So, how did you overcome those fears and doubts personally before you actually took the first step in the journey of becoming your own boss?
Thank you for that question, ma'am. So, as I said earlier, that me not opting for a corporate job again was my daughter post COVID. And I had already decided that I want to do something of my own. And after I came across ICBI and I started studying and doing my course and certification, everything, when I completed it, I did have an option of joining back a corporate as a trainer, full time job. However, I felt that that is not something I want to do all over again. Of course, it comes with a lot of uncertainties and a lot of doubts because you don't know from exactly how to start, where to start, and if you will be getting recurring work, business. So, of course, all those doubts were there. However, I did have that faith in myself, and my husband stood along. He was like, just go for it and take that leap of faith. And of course, I had decided that I had to be my own boss, the captain of my ship. So, yes, there were doubts. There were days when I doubted my own abilities. But still, I am very happy that I conquered all of it. And here I am. And I'm so happy now that with the kind of work I am doing now. And yeah, and to be very honest here and gladly, I would say that ICBI has been a very major part in it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
You are a mom now today, and you are also a professional.
Right.
Uh, how has this career actually helped you to balance both motherhood, your work, your family life? Because a lot of times when you are doing something, at some point we tend to miss out certain things, in our day-to-day
True.
life.
True.
So it's always a catch 22 situation for a lot of us, where, some hits and some misses are always there. So
Right,
have
ma'am.
you felt that you have been a 10 on 10 professional, 10 on 10 mom, 10 on 10 person who has not done injustice to the family? I'm sure you must have not done so also, but at the same time, are you happy with the choices that you've made so far? And do you think that you have been able to balance your work and your personal life simultaneously?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So, in all honesty, I wouldn't say that I'm a 10 on 10 mom or a 10 on 10 professional because I don't think that anybody could say that very confidently about themselves. There are some gaps all the time. You just cannot be everywhere all the time. So, somewhere or the other, you do miss out. But with this profession which I chose, it has given me a lot of flexibility to choose where and when I want to be for my family, for my daughter, in her day to day routine, for her school activities, and balancing my work as well. So recently, I have started traveling also for my work, which I'm very happy about. And I am able to do that confidently now because I think my daughter is grown up enough that if I go out for a day or two for work, she'll be fine. She's in good hands with my family. So again, I have that flexibility. I have the flexibility of hours, my working hours. I can start early, I can wrap up early when I am home, and when I'm taking online sessions, that's again up to me when I decide to take up the sessions. Of course, when I step out for work, there are a lot of long hours as well. But then again, I don't think that there could be any better way of balancing my
True.
personal and professional life. So
And
yeah,
how
this
old is
is
your little one now?
ma'am. She's 7.5.
Oh, lovely. And you
Yeah.
have your parents, your in-laws to take care as well.
I live with my in-laws, so they are a big time
Excellent.
support for me.
So that is where you are able to now enjoy work as well as your personal life. And now you
Hmm.
also have this comfort that you are able to travel without, having any kind of
Absolutely, ma'am. Because I think
guilt
when it
syndrome.
comes to nuclear families, it's still a challenge. But
True.
then again, everything has its pros and cons. And me being in a joint family, I have an excellent support system when it especially comes to work. So I go with free mind and I can deliver my best and come back to a happy, smiling daughter. So
Wonderful.
that's a blessing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, tell us about your client experience, your training sessions as an image consultant, soft skills trainer. Uh, what does that moment feel like, and what kind of work have you been involved in?
Ma'am, I have done quite a few one-to-one sessions as well, but the major chunk of my work is our group sessions. It could be about power dressing, communication. I've done a lot of sessions on executive presence. Lead recently in Pune, I did a session upon situational leadership, and it also included emotional quotient and management. So these are also some topics which I've started catering to very recently. So a
Mhm.
major chunk, yes, comes from group sessions, corporate sessions for universities, schools, and all the other workshops which I organize on my own, the private workshops as well. And also something new which we started doing last year was dining etiquette and social etiquette for toddlers,
Oh,
which
wow.
I have, yes, ma'am. And I think I can proudly say that I'm the pioneer for that in Delhi NCR because I haven't seen such workshops happening with preschool. So
Toddlers.
I,
How do you manage toddlers?
yes, ma'am. So starting from 3.5 years of age up till 10, 11 years of age. So the first few sessions were a bit challenging. I was also learning, but then now it's very good and goes smoothly. So in fact, the parents are also liking it because the kids nowadays they step out so much for birthday parties along with their parents, everything. So the parents were also very happy wherever I've done these workshops. They have been very happy that their kids are learning basic table manners, dining etiquette, social and greetings.
Wow.
So yeah, so that has gotten me a very good response.
Any experience or client session or any kind of training program which has been a very emotional or a experience that is very close to your heart?
Okay, so here, ma'am, I would like to say something. I don't know if you have heard this answer before or not, but then I will talk about my first client.
Hmm.
And very gladly, I will say that I was my first client. So,
Okay.
whatever I did after my certification, I learned from soft skills and image consulting the whole year of learning. I have applied each and everything right from scratch on myself, whether it's about my styling, my communication, body language, anything and everything. So, of course, as I mentioned, I have always been very particular about all these things right from the start. However, knowing the technical know-hows and the exact theory and reasoning behind it, that has helped me a lot, even when it comes to my styling. So I wasn't
Lovely.
someone who was very experimental with what I used to wear with my looks and a lot of small details when it comes to communication. So I have worked really hard upon myself. And I feel that now I am giving out the best version of myself. And yes, so I feel that has been realizing my own transformation has been a very overwhelming journey for me.
Excellent, excellent. That's a very nice way of putting across that you have been your own client, because we always tell people that self application is the first thing that you need to learn.
True, true,
So if you don't
indeed.
apply all these learnings on yourself, then you will not be able to do justice to your, clients or to the programs that you are,
Right, ma'am.
incorporating or probably participating. Uh, Singh Aluwalia. Okay, so somebody has asked how much to charge for these private workshops. So you can
All
get
right.
in touch with
Yes, you
Lavleen.
could DM me.
Yeah. So directly you can message Lavleen and she will be able to help you with this.
Right.
Wonderful. Okay, so what kind of transformations have you seen, Lovely? I'm sure you must be dealing with a lot of clients now. So has there been any kind of a before after situation where people have transformed 360-degree, not just on the way on the basis of how they look, but
Right.
also on the basis of how they feel from inside out?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, just a couple of months back, I was taking up sessions for a teenager. I think she was 19 or 20 years old. And when she came to me with her requirements, honestly, I thought that this Gen Z is already so confident. So, in fact, for a few seconds, I was doubting my own abilities कि मैं कैसे transform करूँगी. I think she must be knowing more than me.
Hmm.
However, that was not the case. She had a lot of self image issues, body image issues, communication, like how I said that I implied a lot of things on my own self.
True.
So I could notice those things, my days of teenage, that yes, I was exactly like this. I knew things, but I was not confident. My body language was very lousy, and it did not project out the kind of confidence I always wanted myself to. And this speech, there were issues, either she was too fast or mumbling a lot. So I did notice all these things, and accordingly I drafted all the sessions for her, and I am very happy with the kind of feedback I got. So yeah, that gave me a lesson that the age, the kind of exposure, nothing matters. You never know what a person is actually feeling from inside.
True, true, true.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would say it is not just with your experience. In general, also people who look absolutely normal, who look absolutely fine, they look as if they have everything that they wanted and everything
True.
is going hunky dory in their life is actually not the right situation, because a lot of people who pretend that everything is fine are actually suffering a lot from inside.
Exactly,
So
ma'am. You never know
a lot
what's
of
going on in
people
someone's mind.
need to dig deeper to understand that what is the actual problem.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
So don't get, I would say, don't get carried away with people's outer personality where it just appears to be like everything is fine and I'm doing absolutely exceptionally well, because
Exactly.
what they feel from inside about themselves, how they perceive themselves, or what they think about themselves could be far different from how they look.
Indeed, ma'am. And I learned my lesson there.
So I think it's very important for us to have a deep dive into people's mindset, not just
Mm.
life, because in people have this tendency of getting into other people's life without any reason also. But getting into somebody's mindset, understanding the frame of mind, what is it that is bothering, what is it that is not going fine with them, could be totally different or totally unrelated, issue altogether. So it's very
Mm.
important for any image consultant who also has a soft skills background to actually penetrate little deeper to understand what's the real issue and then probably work upon that.
Indeed, ma'am, because I also feel that as humans, we all come with certain baggage of preconceived notions. So I also carried the same baggage and notions about that client of mine. But soon I realized that no, you never know what insecurities a person is holding deep within. So yeah,
The whole idea of somebody coming to an image consultant and soft skills trainer is that they have something that they want to share.
true.
It may or may not be a very alarming situation, it may not be a problem, but there could be a certain concern that they want to
Hmm.
share, and they want that concern to be addressed by a professional. And that is the reason why they knock the door and indirectly say that I need help.
Right. And it actually feels so good to realize that you are able to bring about some change in a person's life. So
Absolutely,
this profession
absolutely.
always comes with that kind of blessing as well.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
So, Lavleen, from biotech to IT and then finally to image consulting, soft skills training, how has the entire experience or journey, I would say, shaped you as an individual? You already said that you've had a complete transformation yourself,
Right.
but what are the areas primarily or typically you felt that you need help with?
All right. So, ma'am, when I chose to make this move from a typical corporate life into such a profession which needs so much learning and exposure and altogether in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel that after doing my image consulting as well, when I started taking up sessions, especially for universities and corporates, here my corporate background helped me a lot because a lot of times, apart from my soft skill knowledge, there were queries thrown at me randomly during the sessions about something or the other, which I think my corporate background helped me with because I could understand from what area of concern they are coming from. If it is, in fact, I've got some sales related queries also. A question was thrown at me and how to respond to the client in such situations. So, all these things, my practical experience from my corporate days helped me here. So I would say
Mm-hmm.
that my technical background of B.Tech in biotechnology and then IT, sales and BD, it has been a blessing in disguise when it comes to delivering impactful soft skill sessions.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, for someone who's watching this live session today, Lovely, um, how would you guide that person or people or the audience here who feel stuck and they are not able to decide that what kind of meaningful profession they should get into? What would be your probably two nuggets that you would like to share with them?
All right. So here, what I feel is, ma'am, that firstly they need to deep dive and try to realize what exactly is their area of interest, what is their passion, which would drive them every day if they at all decide to leave their corporate life. And after that, I feel after that they have done their proper research, they must take a leap of faith and go towards what they would love to do for the rest of their lives because that is something they would not want to get done with for the coming years. Because maybe if they switch, if they are not liking their present job or the profession, they might want to switch and get into another job. But what if that monotony does not give them that zeal?
Correct.
Yeah, so I feel first realizing your own passion is very important, and then taking that leap of faith and having faith in your own self is very important. Because, as I mentioned earlier, also there would be days when you will feel uncertain about yourself, your abilities, and about the future ahead, also. That what exactly lies there, and if they will get that kind of work they are dreaming of. So, of course, there are certain times and days, but then having confidence in your own self, I think, is the key here. Do not lose hope, just go on with it. And what I truly believe in is that there is always light at the end of the tunnel.
True.
So it will come through, the light will shine through. And I'm a strong believer of good karma and values and ethics. So I feel whatever you follow with all your passion and heart and ethically, most importantly, that will give you good results eventually.
Wonderful. That's really really excellent, and I am sure a lot of people who are watching also realized that there is a lot of value when you become first of all independent and you are also empowering other people to start
True.
something of their own. Also helping other people to become a better version of themselves. So
Exactly.
absolutely, absolutely. So what is your vision for the future, Lovely? What have you planned for yourself going forward as a successful entrepreneur, as a successful image consultant, soft skills trainer? What is the way forward, and how do you see yourself 3 years down the line?
So, ma'am, our country already has a lot of awareness about image consulting, and people are becoming more and more aware with each passing day about the value of having that good and solid presence, personal branding, communication, all of that. And even when it comes to styling and putting your best foot forward. So, I think the coming future is really bright for the entire industry as a whole. And if I talk about myself, I own my brand, the Image Kraft. And of course, I want to make it a premium and leading brand and sit by your side someday and then have a talk with you.
Wow, amazing. I'm looking forward to it and I'm really excited about it.
Me too, ma'am.
So maybe next time when I come to Gurgaon, I'm definitely going to see you and then we'll have this face-to-face conversation rather than coming
I'll
online.
be so happy, ma'am. Otherwise, also, I'll be so happy to meet you in
Yeah,
person once again.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Yeah,
alternatively, if you are coming to Bombay, do reach out to us, and then let's catch up over a cup of coffee.
definitely, ma'am. I would love to.
Wonderful. Now let's open questions from
Sure.
the audience. If they have anything that they would like to ask us, maybe you can put them down in the comment section and we will be happy to address those questions. Anything that you want to ask Loveleen or me, feel free. We'll have 5 minutes for this and then we can close this live. Anybody who has any question that they would like to ask us, you're more than welcome, because this is an opportunity where you can ask questions to Loveleen about her journey. You can ask me if you want to start something of your own, or even in general, if there is anything that you have in your mind that you would like to, address your questions. Anything that you would like to know about image consulting, soft skills training, Loveleen's journey from being a corporate professional to IT to image consulting. She's had a great experience, professional experience. So if you want to ask anything, I think they've already got all the answers. So that is why they're not asking any questions of.
If that's the case, I'm glad.
And if you want to know anything about etiquette, you can directly reach out to Loveleen, DM her, and she'll be happy to give you all the answers.
Definitely.
Wonderful. So I think there are no questions. Thank you,
Yes.
Loveleen. Okay, there is one question.
Okay.
How you start your journey after course as a trainer?
All right. Thank you so much, Neha. I hope you're doing well. So, yes, as I mentioned earlier as well, there were days of doubts and questioning my own self. But then when it came to getting actual clients, the uh, paid clients, I would say, so that is through Instagram. Again, I was not someone like today, if anybody looks at me, they'll feel that, oh, she's so camera friendly and confident in front of camera and everything. However, trust me, it took a lot of courage and a lot of contemplation from within for me to come ahead and establish a professional Instagram account. Making reels, contents on a regular basis, it was very, very difficult for me. However, that is something what started getting me my clients during my initial days. And of course, then got active on LinkedIn as well. So those were the first few clients which I got all through social media.
Lovely, lovely. And believe me, Neha, what she has just mentioned, lovely, it's not easy to begin. It's
True.
not easy to come in front of so many people and speak in front of the camera. So it's not just her experience, even my experience is the same, because all of us, we fumble, we shy away, we hesitate, we stammer, we do a lot of things. And then ultimately, after so many hiccups, we stand and we confidently start speaking. And it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of
True.
practice. And nothing comes naturally, nothing comes easy. You have to put in a lot of hard work, after which um, these things just become a learned behavior. If
True.
you
And I'm
ask
still learning.
anybody, if you ask anybody like 5, 6 years down the line, I would not even speak a word in front of the camera, because we were not used to. No, none of us are used to speaking in front of the camera. But today it's like you make me speak in front of the camera, even in the middle of the night. I'm like absolutely pro, and it's just a matter of practice. Nobody is born with this confidence. You
Indeed.
only build that muscle of confidence by practicing. So, like how
Right.
you go to the gym and build confidence, you have to go to the gym in front of the mirror. That's your confidence gym. So, you have to speak every single day to build that muscle, without which it doesn't work. It doesn't work
And
for
then
anybody.
making those reels, takes, retakes,
Yeah,
editing, it's a
absolutely.
big task.
And
But then that
earlier I used to
helped.
lock myself up so that nobody could see me, making those blunders and mistakes. But today
Right.
it's like, you're just walking and you're making that reel and it's like a 2 minute job.
I can totally resonate with you here.
Thank you, Singh Aluwalia 5, for your compliment. Thank you, thank you. Truly appreciate it. Okay, we have another question. Namrata. Hi, Namrata. After a very, very long time, image consulting after certification, how should we go ahead? And how about full time? Is there future business? Is there future
Future
business?
business.
Yes,
Of
lovely.
course, Namrata, there is a very good scope here. It's just that consistency matters, not giving up matters. And we need to break certain barriers. We need to come out of our comfort zone because today's era is all about being out there. And when it comes to building business, like from my personal experience, I would again emphasize on the fact that going out there and being on social media, be it LinkedIn or Instagram, and building a strong profile day by day, no matter if you get less views during the initial days, just keep going and you will get good work and recognition eventually. So that's
Absolutely.
how I have been going. And
Consistency is the key.
exactly. So not giving up, just being consistent. So there, when I started my Instagram page 1.5 years back, ma'am, so I used to be disheartened because, as I mentioned, I was not a camera friendly person like how I am now. I can make reels very quickly now. But at that time, I used to fumble. I used to forget what I had to say. And my face was very serious and stern in front of camera. So it took time for me to, again, as you said, develop that muscle. So now it's all good in the hood and it's working well for me. Of course, there are other ways also, Namrata. You need to uh, network, you need to go around and meet people. You could hire an agency for yourself, maybe if your the lifestyle that you are into, you can step out and meet people accordingly. So yeah, all these things do help.
Excellent. And I would only say that it's just a matter of practice. And it's
True,
just a matter of going all out there. Nothing happens at a 50% level.
indeed.
Nothing happens even at a 99% level, because 99 is never 100. So only if you are 100% there, 100% devoted, dedicated to a particular profession, life changes 360 degrees.
True, ma'am. Very well said.
Lovely. Okay, will there be training for speaking in front of camera in this course?
Okay. No, so I
You have
do.
no choice but to stand in front of the camera and speak, because we also have something called train the trainer. We have to speak in front of public, we have to speak in front of audience. जब वो सीख
Yes.
लोगे तो कैमरा के आगे बोलना
It's
अपने आप आ
easy.
जाएगा.
Yes, exactly. When you can look into the eyes of people and talk, you can definitely look into the camera and talk. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I do take up courses on communication, verbal and non-verbal. So you could DM me for the same.
Absolutely. Lovely. So I guess all the questions are over. Thank you so much, all the lovely audience, for your questions. Thank you, Lovely, once again.
Thank
It
you so
was
much,
truly,
ma'am.
truly amazing having this conversation with you, and I definitely look forward to meeting you very soon.
Definitely, ma'am. Whenever I'm in Bombay next time, I'm coming over and meeting you.
For sure, for sure.
And thank you
Wishing
so
you
much
all the
for this
very best.
opportunity, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you,
All
everybody.
right.
I'll see you next week. Until then, this is Lavleen Kaur and Suman Agarwal signing off. Last questions, please. Okay, yes. What is the question?
Uh,
Thank you, Namrata. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you soon now. Namrata has been our student.
okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
from Bangalore.
Wonderful.
Any other question? Okay. After joining the course, in how much time we can start our own business?
All right. So if I'll share my own experience here, sorry, I did not wait for my entire certification to get over. I'm sorry, ma'am, but that's the truth. Because when I realized that I was confident enough to start taking clients and sessions on the topics which I had already covered well in advance, and I was thorough with them, and I had the confidence to step out and take up that professionally. That was the time I went for it. And yeah, eventually, in fact, I took up my client first and made my Instagram account later. So it
Acha.
was opposite for me.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. My first client,
Okay.
if I talk about.
But in a way, I feel that maybe because you were so confident about your subject matter and delivery that you were able to take it. Otherwise, we usually don't tell people to
I know, ma'am, it
take
was
up
a
any
styling
assignment before they
assignment.
get certified.
Right. It was a styling assignment, so I was confident enough to take it up.
So, in how many months to be precise? The next question has come.
No, of course, you have to be first thorough with that subject very nicely. And I would not recommend for you to do this. It's not the right way. However, since I already have a lot of knowledge and I was already updated with a lot of aspects when it comes to wedding styling, it was a wedding styling assignment for a bride. So,
So,
yeah,
in
so
how many
adding my,
months of your program you did that?
ma'am, it was almost towards the end,
Right.
not midway or anything. It was almost towards the end.
Okay, we have next
Yeah.
question. How build self acceptance, especially when in the crowd is large? I feel anxious.
That I
Vijay.
would say Vijaya. Okay, Vijaya, hi, Vijay. I would say that that comes with a lot of practice. I would never recommend anybody to step out in public, even for one client, if you are not thorough with your subject and you haven't practiced enough well in advance at home or in your office. Just stand in front of the mirror. That's how I do even now. I never go for my sessions without being prepared thoroughly. So, and of course, till date, when we step out to take a session, nervousness is there. We are humans in the end. So, that small ounce of nervousness is always there. And I feel that's good also because that makes you deliver your best.
Absolutely
However, yeah, so but then make sure that you are prepared and thoroughly prepared for all your sessions well in advance.
correct. Absolutely. So, no taking that first bold step without any preparation, because public
Exactly.
speaking or going and speaking in crowd or making a presence and delivering something without preparation is definitely going to be a it could damage
It
your
could fire back,
confidence.
in fact, if you go wrong somewhere.
A lot of things can happen, and don't take chances.
Right, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yeah. Great. Okay, there is another question, ma'am. How do we get our first client, as I'm anxious to approach people who I already know?
Well, trust me, our inner circle, the close ones, are the toughest to crack. And I think we
Exactly.
all have faced this. We all have been through that phase. It's okay. I think हिंदी में जो बोलते हैं ढीठ बन जाओ. So I was that. I have been through that. So I think if you want to grow and you truly believe in your art and you feel that you can deliver your best and exactly what they expect from you, just go for it. What
True.
if they love your work and then they will talk about you to 10 other people? But yes, I do agree that the inner circle is the toughest to impress and crack.
And mostly people try to do work with their inner circle, which becomes very, very detrimental for your confidence because they will not give you response.
Right.
And they are not even the right target audience because of XYZ reason. Inner circle will never come to you. It's only
They
when
take you for
people don't
granted
know you
mostly.
and they want to try things that you are proposing, they are the ones who you will be able to work with in the most appropriate manner.
Indeed, man. True.
We also have another question: how to make connects if you are new image consultant in the market?
That's again, I would reiterate all those things which I said. social media presence. A strong social media helps a lot. Going out, networking, talking to people, that helps a lot. And of course, then there are other channels. You can get connected with some agencies, uh, maybe PR related, or some consultants, business consultants, if at all you are comfortable doing that. So these are some of the ways I have been following, and yeah, we do get results.
And I would say the best way to start developing connections, making connections, is to start doing free work. A lot of free work also gets converted into
Indeed,
paid work.
yes. So initially, pro bonos I
Yes,
have also done. Yes, ma'am.
absolutely. Paid
True.
work always comes when you do a lot of free work. So that's the best strategy that you can adapt. Okay, so
Well,
last, I think, okay. So what I told Singh Aluwalia is that build your confidence muscle. Just like how you go to the gym and develop your muscles, that is how you, once you speak in front of the people, that is when the confidence muscle also becomes stronger. So just by sitting at home and thinking that, okay, I will become confident, it's not going to solve any purpose. Only when you speak, only when you build that muscle over a period of time is when you become strong enough to take different kind of assignments, different kind of projects, and anything that you want to do only becomes better with practice.
practice, indeed.
Practice equals perfection. Confidence comes only when there is preparation. If there is no preparation, there is no confidence. So you have to make sure that if you want confidence muscle, then preparation has to happen, and that happens only with practice.
True. Indeed, ma'am.
Wonderful. Okay, I directly dive into the topic which makes public speaking very shallow. How to balance context and content. Vijaya, this is not a platform where we are talking and we are giving public speaking tips. So if you really want an answer to these kind of things, maybe you can directly connect with Lavleen, and she will be able to help you with all these things.
Sure.
All right, wonderful. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you, Lavleen, once again. Wishing you all the very best and
Thank you
really
so
looking
much,
forward
ma'am.
to
Pleasure is
meeting
all
you.
mine. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
ma'am. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.